All right, guys. So I just want to start the video off by immediately saying that I actually really like Palworld. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I've already sunk in about 31 plus hours, and it's only been out for less than a week. I wasn't even playing the launch weekend really that much either. So yeah, I mean, I really like it. I can tell the developers are really talented people. There's some stuff in the game I really like, some small things I really enjoy. I like that everyone can just dump all their stuff in the chests and you can craft from the items in the chests. I like that when you can like run and get on your mount, like a Dinosaur or something. I think that looks really cool. Battling from on top of your flying mount, that's really cool. Like I said in my last video, I think working with your pals in the base or out in combat, you really feel like a team working with your guys. It's really nice. It's a really nice feeling. You really grow attached to these guys. So yeah, I really think these guys knocked it out of the park from a gameplay perspective. I really think it's really fun. Some of the most fun I've had playing a game in a while. Probably more fun than Baldur's Gate 3. I know some of my friends are really into it. Like some that haven't even been playing a lot of games lately have been spending a lot of time playing it. So yeah, it's really fun, really great. So that's why I'm kind of puts a damper. This whole situation is of plagiarism. It's kind of putting a big damper on the whole thing. At least to me. I almost feel like guilty in a sense for playing this game because of some of the information. But we're going to go over it today. So we're going to get a little into it. I got some stuff on Twitter I want to show you guys that I've seen. I got a correction I want to make. So yeah, let's get right into it. So to start off. Here, so on my last video, I got there was a comment that I left that said that it was found that they directly ripped some assets from that Palworld directly ripped some assets from Pokemon. So this is the tweet that I saw, right? So this one's a little less damning, right? Like right here, and you can see side by side, they kind of go in. They're really, really close, but this one's kind of harder to tell. This one's pretty close too. You kind of got the exact same kind of face and stuff too, but also to accidentally create a complex model mesh with so near exact proportions is practically impossible. To repeat that improbability throughout your roster doesn't pass the sniff test, right? So, I mean, I agree. That's why I was kind of like, whoa, that's weird, right? Like that's not cool. And then this one right here is probably the most damning one for me. Like it's super, super similar, right? So, it's just I'm not really sure about it, right? So then another reply was by Grushvac, and I thought it was really interesting as well. I don't really want to. Here, we'll just kind of. So pretty much, he's saying that just because they match doesn't mean that they don't match. There's no one-to-one overlap of any body part, right? So just because they're very similar doesn't mean they're exact one-to-one replica. So that was that was my mistake for saying that it was an exact rip. That was my mistake. I was wrong. So that is me here correcting it. So hopefully that's all good. From now on, I will definitely make sure that my whatever I say in either the comments or the videos is correct, or do my best at least. So, anyways, pretty much he just goes into that. Check out the video or the this Twitter thread. It's really interesting. But pretty much he does. So Biofrog is the guy who did do this, and he actually does admit. So here, I'm gonna get into it. Here, let's go to his profile here. All right, so yeah, it does seem like he did scale the models uniformly. He was a little imprecise. I don't know. It's a whole muddy situation, and I'm not an expert, right? So if you really want to get into it, check out Biofrog on Twitter. But maybe not, because he's doing this because he thinks it's disgusting how much Palworld glorifies animal abuse, which I think is a little silly. The game doesn't really take it in a serious manner. It's more like comedic, kind of edgy, kind of silly. It's like that's not really gonna happen, right? So I think it's a little silly. scaling models in the fabricate. Like it's a whole thing. But obviously you can tell that they're not exactly the same. They're not replicas scale to scale, right? They are very similar, but I think maybe it was just a case of the AI maybe just flying a little too close to the sun, right? Because I think I think a lot of these models or designs were run through an AI, and I think they kind of just used a little, some that were just a little too close, which leads me to this. The Pokemon Company is now investigating Palworld, so it's not looking great. I'm a little nervous. I know that there's no direct copying, like there's no one-to-one copying of anything, but I feel like would kind of have a case. I feel like the best course of action here is because Pocket Pair is so talented, either hire some people to make new monster designs or like just change some of the designs already that are a little too close, or just, they have brains as well. Just do it themselves as well. It might take a lot of time, but they have sold 8 million copies now. They got a little money to work with. They're kind of on a hot streak right now. They're like, they're not a hot streak, but they have a lot to work with right now. And I think if they want to keep making this money, they want to keep seeing this money come in, and they don't want the game taken down, or them to owe Nintendo or the Pokemon Company a lot of money, then they should maybe just change a little bit, because this game is so different. It's what Pokemon fans have been wanting, and we don't want this to be taken down. So hopefully something's done, because this is just such a nice fresh take on the monster hunting genre, and it's such a nice fresh take on the survival genre as a whole, and it's just super fun. So it would just be such a shame if something bad ends up happening. So hopefully Pokemon Company doesn't end up ruining another one of because they've ruined so many fan projects, and not Pokemon Company, but Nintendo as a whole has ruined so many fan projects and things that the fans want just to give us slop. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet it's not great. It's good enough. I'm enjoying it, but I know a lot of people aren't. It's not what a lot of people want right now. So this is what people want, and hopefully it's not going to get taken away. So that's just my opinion. I hope some changes are either made, or maybe they just don't have an actual foot in court. I'm not sure. I don't really know that much about copyright law and legal stuff, but that's just my opinion from a guy, who just really enjoys Palworld. That's it. So if you guys made it this far, hopefully you guys leave a like and comment. Hopefully the comments aren't just you guys clicking on the video and hating on it. Seems like that happened a bit last time, but I mean it did help engagement, but it was kind of my bad. The title was a little clickbaity, so to fix that, I'm gonna make this title even more clickbaity. So I don't know. Hopefully that works. Anyways, yes, you guys have a great day. Anyways, yeah. See you guys later. See you, nerds.